with Carson, you had a conversation with him prior to the draft and then after the drafting of Jalen Hurts, but he's still the starter there, and right.
Correct.
And so he's still the starter there, and I mean, you stuck with him a long time, Coach. You stuck with him quite a long time during the season, and now we're hearing after the season that you and he had such a deteriorating relationship. You didn't speak to each other for weeks on end. Is that a true assumption as well?
Carson was going into the 2020 season as our guy, as our starter. He's the one we drafted in 2016. He was the one that we were going to hang our hat on and build the franchise around. And so going into the season, he was the guy. And things just began to slowly kind of unravel, I think, with the entire football team. Injuries began to creep in. We lost a couple of close games. Things just started going a little sideways for us, and then I had to make a decision, to bench him, to put him on the sideline. I had to do something to generate a spark, generate a win, the best we could, and so I made the decision to put him on the sideline and start Jalen. And obviously we came out. I think we won our first game with Jalen, and then ultimately lost the last 2 or 3 games there. But it's funny because there has been a narrative out there that he and I didn't speak, but we had conversations early on. Even when I was making this decision, I wanted to make sure that he was fully prepared and understood where I was coming from in making this decision, not just for him, but for the entire football team.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to do that from time to time. And I look back on it now and I would have done the same thing. There's nothing I wouldn't have changed in my decision making, to help our football team win a game, because we weren't playing well. I mean, and it's not. I've said this many times too in press conferences and interviews where, I've always said it's not about one guy. I never, there's 11 on offense, defense, and special teams, so it's never about one guy. But sometimes when the quarterback, that's the position that people look at, right? And that's the position that, okay, I gotta make a decision there, and let's see if we can't generate a spark. And so that's what I did, and we continued to talk throughout, the rest of the year. And I listen. If I were Carson, I'd probably be upset too, and that's just the nature of sport. That's the nature of competition. And I wish him nothing but the best, and continue to look forward to following his career in the future.